Welcome to The Source. Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program. Warning, sensitive video ahead. An investigation is now underway after a Quezon City policeman shot and killed a retired soldier for violating quarantine rules. Also, the Philippine National Police intensifies its campaign against lockdown violators. Those who will defy quarantine will be arrested at once. PNP Chief Archie Gamboa joins us live. And no car, no problem. A group of volunteers deliver relief goods affected by COVID-19 pandemic on horseback. A reminder to our viewers, the following are sensitive images. A policeman shot a former military officer in Barangay Pasong Putik, Quezon City on Tuesday afternoon. Quezon City police say the victim, identified as Winston Ragos, violated curfew rules and was armed. Witnesses say otherwise. The policeman who fired 2 gunshots against the victim is now facing criminal probe over the incident. In the police report, the victim allegedly refused to follow the orders of the police to go home and even said intimidating words against the police personnel. A loaded caliber .38 gun was also allegedly found inside Ragos's bag. Witnesses denied the police's claim and even explained that Ragos is suffering from mental illness after his stint in the Marawi siege. The PNP says that an investigation is underway. The family of Ragos is crying for justice. The hashtag Justice for Winston Ragos is also a top trending topic on Twitter, Philippines, Thursday morning. Let's now go straight to the source of the story. We have PNP Chief General Archie Gamboa. General Gamboa, welcome to the show, sir. Good to see you again.
Good morning, Pinky, and likewise to your listeners and to your viewers. A pleasant good morning to everyone.
Let me start with the shooting, sir, of a mentally challenged man by police Wednesday. Ano ba nangyaring sa biktimang si Winston Ragos? Bakit ho siya pinadadapa ni Police Master Sergeant Daniel Florendo Jr.?
Okay, a report coming from the National Capital Region says that nung una, nagkaroon ng parang verbal confrontation doon sa checkpoint kasi nga sinita siya nung mga police trainees, no? Kasi meron din kami na-deploy ng mga police trainees who are actually unarmed. So nung kinosyonan siya, parang pumalag siya and then nagkaroon ng alitan and then he declared that he's a former soldier. And then, meron siyang dalang barel. No? So, yun yung unang instance na gano'n na nangyari. And then after that, based on the report of the National Capital Region is that, yun nga, tinawag nila si Police Master Sergeant Florendo kasi siya yung may armas. And then, ito na nga yung nakikita niyo sa video na pinapadapa siya. No? Because, the policeman knew that he was armed. So after that, yun nagkaroon ng nabaril yung si Ragos and then ito na nga yung nangyari. Namatay siya.
General, sinabi niyo po kasi sinita si Ragos at pumalag siya. Ano ho yung ibig sabihin ng kanyang pagpalag? Anong ginawa niya?
Hindi, parang sinabi niya na authorized. Siguro, I really don't know the exact words used, pero parang nagkaroon sila ng exchange or heated argument with the checkpoint officers, no? Kaya from there, tinawag nila yung kanilang supervisor, no? Si Florendo. And then nung kinonfront ni Florendo at pinapadapa, ayaw naman niyang dumapa. So ganun na nangyari. And according sa report, he tried to draw his firearm. No? That's why it resorted to the decision which was really a judgment call on the part of Florendo on what to do at that very moment.
Mm-mm. Okay. Kasi kung titingnan po natin yung video, General, doon na lang po kasi pumapasok yung pinapadapa siya eh. Ilang beses siyang sinabihan na dumapa, pero hindi ho dumapa si Ragos. Ano po, that was quite clear in the video at nakatalikod po siya doon kay Florendo. Pagkatapos po noon, ayaw dumapa, hinarap ni Ragos si Florendo, hindi ho ba? Tapos parang meron ho siyang kukunin doon sa bag niya. Yun din ho ba yung inyong nakita doon sa video and yun din ho ba ang salaysay ng pulis?
Well, ako nakita ko yung video, no? Medyo malabo ang audio, and I think there are 2 videos that are going out in the social media. So hindi ko talaga alam kung ano yung facts dito sa nangyari, no? I don't have the personal knowledge. That's why sabi ko nga, it will really depend on how the person will also see the video, no? Others would say it's self-defense, others would say it's wrong. Kaya I suggest that we leave it up to the Internal Affairs Service, who is actually conducting the administrative case against the policeman, and if appropriate, we will also file criminal charges against him.
Dalawang bagay po ang pwedeng tingnan ho talaga kasi may mga katanungan, General, dito eh. Meron ho ba daw talagang baril itong si Ragos? Yun muna kasi meron daw General, witnesses who were already telling the police na wag niyong galawin yan, mentally challenged yan, wala pong baril yan. Allegedly, sir, there were witnesses telling the police na wag niyong galawin si Ragos. What did you hear about that, sir?
I don't know about those account of the different witnesses kasi nga hindi naman ako thoroughly nag-investigate talaga, no? Because I leave it up to the regional director of National Capital Region to investigate. Pero marami kasing circumstances, no? Like he's a former soldier, and then imagine kasi yung situation ngayon, no? Actually, these are not ordinary times, it's extraordinary times. And situations are viewed differently today, no? And hindi siya ordinary, and then meron tayong mga pinapatupad na batas, and I hope all of these things will be taken in its proper context, no? Pero ako ayoko magsalita tungkol dun sa nakikita lang sa video, because after all, I'm the chief PNP, no? Once I open my mouth, my investigators might have biases, so let it be kung anong investigation, and then from there we will study the facts kung ano talaga or allegations kung ano talaga ang nangyari.
Okay. General, ipapasok ko lang po to, no, yung statement ng nanay ni Ragos, ganun din yung naging statement ng isa sa mga witnesses. Let's listen.
Yung gumanon, nung nag-alalay na ako, sabi ko, sir, ano yan, sir? May tama yan, sabi ko. Huwag niyong patulan. So sabi ng isang pulis dito, yung hindi nakatutok na baril. Kasi dito yung nakatutok eh. Sabi ng pulis, huwag kayong makialam, wala akong pakialam, papatay namin yan.
Continuous po yung gamot niya. Sometimes hindi siya makainom dahil minsan ayaw niya. Ngayon, nung successive na hindi siya nakainom, doon nagtitrigger na naman na natutulala siya, hindi siya makatulog, balisa, kumakanta, minsan sumisigaw. Pero hindi naman siya doon nanakit, wala naman sinasaktan.
We really need to be fair, no, General, about this. This is the side of the witnesses. At syempre, meron pong side yung mga police. Ito na lang po yung tanong ko, and I know it's hard for you to make any judgments right now. But in a situation like this, sir, na, for example, threatened yung buhay ng police, why not disable the suspect? Kumbaga, I'm not sure saan who binaril, pero isn't it protocol na try to disable him first, possibly by shooting him sa leg?
Yeah, that's why we have to conduct investigation kasi nga depende rin kasi after the autopsy we will see kung ano ang tama, no? And then from there we will know kung ano yung judgment call nung responding policeman. But really we have to know all the facts. No, we sympathize with the family of Ragos, but please give the PNP the trust that we will investigate this case thoroughly.
Sabi na po ng QCPD that Florendo will face administrative and criminal probe. Ibig sabihin po, an investigation will be underway, General? Or is
already
underway?
no? Kasi as a matter of fact, he was already disarmed. Ganon naman ang procedure namin, and then he is restricted, no? Siyempre, ang maintindihan ng tao, hindi kami kagaya ng armed forces na meron silang articles of war that you can actually detain. No? It's a very complicated system sa Philippine National Police. Hindi namin siya pwedeng i-detain, but we can restrict him so that hindi siya pag-alagala and he will just stay in his unit. Yun yung the best that the Philippine National Police can do.
May text po si Senator Risa Ontiveros. Ang sabi po niya, there's never an excuse for police brutality and violence, especially towards persons with mental illness and the powerless. Please react to that, sir.
Yes, had a policeman knew of that state of mind of that victim or that suspect, I suppose no. You wouldn't know. Hindi naman, wala naman siguro sa knowledge ng mga policemen whether to know kung mentally ill siya or what. It is a conjecture that came after the incident.
General, papaano ho siguro yung publiko? Sabi niyo nga, hati din yung nagiging reaksyon ng mga tao. Sa ngayon, na posibleng matakot ho ang mamamayan, ang publiko, dahil po sa insidenteng ito.
Okay, on my part, we will remind our troops to exercise proper judgment. But of course, isipin nila, paano kung bigla kaming aatras? No? Ano ang sasabihin ng aming kapulisan? No? Because, of course, taking it from 2 points of view nga, whether it's right or wrong, but appropriate reminders would be given to our troops to exercise proper judgment. We're not saying that the judgment of Florendo was wrong, no, because the investigation is underway, but for the comfort of the public, we will remind our troops to be very good in judging their courses of action when confronted with different situations in the field.
But General, is it necessary? Just a question, sir. Is it necessary to shoot someone twice?
Come again, is it necessary?
To shoot somebody twice? Kasi 2 beses po binaril si Ragos.
Judgment call din, kasi when you say neutralize, no, it will really depend on your subject, no. I don't know, from the video alone, makita natin na medyo malaki din to si Ragos. But again, ayokong pangunahan. We will just wait for the investigation of its outcome.
Okay. General, just questions from social media. Is there a special protocol training for soldiers regarding ECQ peacekeeping before they are deployed, or they just follow standard protocol for civilian area deployment? From ICE Pasco.
Well, the implementation of checkpoints is an ordinary way of life for police officers. As a matter of fact, even not in these emergency times, we always count the number of checkpoints being conducted. And all of these things, there are protocols that are being followed, police operational procedures that are already embedded into the minds of policemen. Now, siguro ang dagdag lang dito is yung special provisions ngayon that only these persons are authorized to be outside residence. And other than that, it's ordinary for police officers to conduct checkpoints and do mandatory checks on persons and vehicles.
General, what assurance, another question from Twitter, what assurance can the PNP give to the public that the investigation to be conducted by them will be fair? And number 2, what assurance can he give to us that human rights won't be endangered even if there's an ECQ? Meron ba daw coordination with the PNP, ang PNP sa CHR?
Well, first on the investigation, that's why I'm asking the public to trust the Philippine National Police on our investigation. No? It's the Internal Affairs Service who is conducting the investigation. As to the CHR, we have also CHR officers who constantly are in contact with our policemen to remind them of these human rights regulations that should be followed in implementing police operational procedures.
All right. Just the last question before we go on a break, General. May tanong ho kasi talaga dito sa baril no? How can you assure the public that totoo ho yung lalabas sa investigation kung may baril talaga itong si Ragos o hindi? Let me just be very direct. Meron ho ba talaga o posibleng mag-plant ng baril doon sa crime scene?
Okay, ganyan naman, tinuturo nyo naman masyado ang kapulisan. But ako, as the Chief PNP, I would always presume that everything is regular. Now, kung gusto nyo, marami namang tao who were surrounding the incident, then they can always volunteer as witnesses to say their thing, to affirm whether there was firearms or not.
All right. General Gamboa, we're just going to take a short break. We're going to talk about the arrest of violators without a warning. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the program. Our guest today, PNP Chief Archie Gamboa. General, yun pong order ngayon is arrest without warning. Yan na po ngayon. So just to be clear on this para marinig po ng publiko, sino ho ba ang maaring arestuhin ng police? Yung po mga number 1, walang quarantine pass. Ano po? Curfew violators. Ano pa po, General?
Okay, there are different bases on the would-be arrest of a quarantine violation. First, let's go to the ordinances. That's why we require or we request the different local government units to enact appropriate ordinances para dito sa mga violations sa quarantine. Second, we can go to the Bayanihan Act, of which stipulates the different acts that may be punished. And then third, there's also Republic Act 11332, which is the Pandemic Act, which became a law, I think, last year. Na if people will not respond, meaning to say hindi sila mag-cooperate, sa mga ginagawang policies ng interagency task force, they can be charged of that. And of course, if caution, and then they know fully the checkpoints and police officers are in uniform. And if they don't follow, then depending upon the judgment of the policeman, they can also be charged for disobedience. So ito yung mga different laws that they can be charged. Kasi yung quarantine pass, it's actually an imposition of the local government unit. Kasi ang interagency task force formulated that one household per one person per household who can go out to run errands for food and for medicines. Now it will be up for the local government unit on how to implement this. So should they issue quarantine pass, then And then merong appropriate ordinance na pag wala kang quarantine pass, it's a violation that it will be against the ordinance, no, that you will be violating. Pero kung wala namang ordinance, no, and then merong interagency task force, then you can be charged for 11332 for non-cooperation of the policies being formulated by the interagency task force. Pero yung pangalawa, it will really depend on how you're going to answer questions or how you're going to defend yourself pagdating sa checkpoint kung bakit ka lalabas. So all of these things, ganito yung parang hierarchy of arrest that we're going to make.
General, once arrested, saan ho sila dadalhin?
I have, of course, kung regular siya na mga batas, no, like in violation of Republic Acts, then ito, dadalhin talaga natin sa regular detention cell ng kapulisan. That's why we're encouraging local government units to enact different ordinances para pwedeng community service or fine ang pwede maging punishment so that hindi kailangan ipasok sa
I see.
regular detention cells. No? That's why I also encourage or directed the National Capital Region to identify places kung saan ito pwede ilagay, depende kung ano ang violation ng mga tao sa ECQ.
Right. So, General, ang ibig sabihin, merong light, para bang merong measure yung violation? May light violation at may heavy violation. Is that what you're saying, sir?
Yes, actually, kung makikita natin dito sa statistics ng Philippine National Police, meron kaming mga around of the 139,000 as of April 21, meron kaming mga 6,264 who were fined, no? And then almost mga 24,000 were charged in court. Ibig sabihin, pag arrested and charged in court, ito yung violations against the national laws, which is the Revised Penal Code and the Republic Acts. So in total, we have around 32,000 who were actually punished, or around 22%. So punishment from fine to a filing of appropriate case. That's why they are currently detained.
So para anong nangyayari, General? Kasi medyo nalilito yung ibang tao. Pwede silang ikulong, pwede po silang i-fine, o pwede silang gumawa ng community service. Depende kung ano ang parang i-implement na penalty ng mga local government units?
Hindi depende sa i-implement. No? Depende sa violation na makita ng kapulisan. No? So it will really depend on the personal circumstances of a certain situation. So kung nakita na violation siya ng ordinance, then it will be filed, he will be charged in the ordinance. Pero pag national laws, then he will be charged also in accordance with national laws. So this will really depend kung ano ang procedure na susundin. Kasi iba yung procedure pag ordinance, iba rin yung procedure pag violations of national laws.
Got it, sir. Also, I wanted to talk about some of, what we're seeing on social media, even on television, sir. Siyempre, andyan na po yung SAF. Ipinasok ata yung SAF, sir, sa Blumentritt nung isang araw, General. Siguro nagtatanong lang yung iba, bakit ho kailangan, at nakakita pa daw sila ng mga tangke, bakit nagdala pa ho ng mga tangke doon sa area na yon?
Well, alam mo, we will not resort to this if every follows our rules, no? Kaya nga umabot tayo sa ganito dahil nga ang dami talagang pasaway, no? I mean, 140,000 is not a joke, no? It's not a very minimal figure, no? That's why ito na nga nagpapakita kami ng puwersa that we have so much elements to implement it. And probably ano na rin, no, to be frank about it, psychological na rin, no, na para makita nila na pag sinabing dapat kayong sumunod, kasi ano na tayo eh. Actually, if you get to sit down in the interagency task force and determine the criticality of our stage now, people just don't understand siguro, no, kung gaano kaimportante na talagang dapat, kung hindi ka naman exempted at hindi naman importante, tumigil ka sa bahay. I know that merong economic consideration. No? As a matter of fact, pinag-uusapan yan doon sa interagency task force. Binabalance natin yung economic side, pero yung health side. Pero as of yet, nakikita talaga ng interagency task force na very important ang health issue. Kaya ganito ang nangyari.
Okay. And lastly, sir, I also want to talk about yung nangyari doon sa Taguig, yung sa condo sa Taguig, because I heard an interview you were saying that kayo na po, you're asking condo owners, pati yung management sa mga condominium, to follow quarantine rules on masks and social distancing. Parang, General, kumbaga sinasabi nyo, police your own ranks.
Okay. Yeah, kasi merong debate whether when we caution people, especially in the condominium, should we have warrants of arrest? Well, that's another issue, no? Kasi meron sa alam natin sa mga condominium, meron tinatawag na common areas ata, no? Yung may mga pool, may mga plaza sila.
Yes.
Now, ang sa atin naman, doon to be specific doon sa incident na sinasabi mo, the police were called upon to react to a certain situation. So it's a regular police response, no? Ang problema lang pagdating doon sa area ata, parang hindi maganda ang tanggap ng manager kasi syempre pag sinabi mong internal rules dapat ipa-prevail mo diyan sa situation nyo. Then, I don't know, ano ang nangyari doon sa manager na parang galit na galit siya na dumating ang kapulisan. That's why, sabi ko nga, and I think to put the record straight, wala naman nangyaring arrest doon, no? It was just a caution. Siguro dahil nagkasagutan na nga sila doon. But kaya nakikiusap ako, no, doon sa mga may condominium. No? They have to implement their own rules, police their own condominiums, no? Kasi ang kapulisan naman pag yun nga ang sinasabi ko na if let's say for example a resident of a condominium goes to the management, goes to the security officer, goes to the manager na manager merong ganito and it is not acted upon, where does the resident go? Who is he going to call? Diba? So he's going to call the police officers, no? And rightfully the police officers just reacted. Kaya nga even kung tanungin mo of course, Secretary Anyo said na there's nothing wrong. The policeman just reacted on a request summoned to us. So sana naman maintindihan ito. But yun nga, para hindi na ma-avert na itong mga incident na ganito, then we will take I hope the managers of the different condominiums will take full responsibility over this. And you police your ranks, pati yung mga residente nyo kasi residente nyo ang tumawag sa amin eh. It's not anybody else. It's those people who are there in your condominium who called upon us.
All right. PNP Chief General Archie Gamboa. Sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras and take care, sir.
Thank you very much, Pinky, for the opportunity at magandang umaga po muli sa inyo lahat.
And before we go, helping the needy can be challenging, especially in far-flung areas. That's why a group of volunteers in Tarlac are using horses to bring relief goods to residents. 25-year-old Bray Pascua shared these photos of their relief operations. He says an equestrian center in Tarlac allowed them to borrow 4 racing horses in their relief efforts. Seen here are the horses named Aris, Athena, Victoria, and Bella. Pascua says they started organizing these relief operations when Taal volcano erupted last January. The group decided to continue the initiative when the government imposed the enhanced community quarantine. Pascua says they are now on the 4th wave of their relief efforts. They plan to organize other fundraisers to reach out to other communities. And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. Keep it here on CNN Philippines.
This program is rated PG.